Greetings and hello to Dr. Muhammad Huzaifah. So today we will be presenting our farm visit for subject CFM3401 Farm Management, and the farm that we have chosen for this assignment is Bintulu Hydroponic Mini Farm. My group members are Goh Yuan, Siti Norshawati, Sonia Samban, and me, Nelina Edmund. So moving on to the introduction. Bintulu Hydroponic Mini Farm is owned and operated and managed by Mr. Mortaza bin Moshen. And this idea of doing this mini hydroponic farm is following retirement. He feels boredom at home and he intends to cultivate vegetables for his family. And as he learns about agriculture, it eventually grows large enough to establish a farm which can produce vegetable that can be sold in a nearby market. And Mr. Mortaza grow veggies because they are more manageable than other crops. He plants such as water spinach, cucumber, and also pak choy. And according to him, a produce with different variations such as vegetable, it is easier for him to sell. Thus, it is marketable in the market. And he notes that the idea for this hydroponic farm derived from the fact that it is easier to maintain and it also allows him to maximize the use of his house compound, which is nearby his house. And he also said that a hydroponic farm is a production technique that is used by small farmers and also hobbyists. These are the examples of the crops that he planted over 2 years. The first one is corn, garlic chive, parsley, kai choy, Chinese broccoli, pak choy, cucumber, and water spinach. There are 9 types of crops in total. And the cultivation method that he used in growing his vegetable in early period is first a cocopeat medium for growing vegetable seed is produced, and when these seed have germinated they will be chosen and placed in the hydroponic system, which is located at the back of the house where it is quite dark. And this is because little vegetable seeds are very susceptible to the damage of the direct sunlight. So it is better for him to put it in a hydroponic system where it's quite dark, located at the back of his house. And when the seed has achieved a minimum age of 5 days, he will transfer the vegetable to the main hydroponic system. So that's all for my part. I will pass to Siti for the next slide. Thank you.
Next, we will move to the types of system. Mr. Mortaza mentioned that there were two types of system that were used in his farming, which are fertigation and hydroponic system. For fertigation, corns, garlic chive, and leaf celery were cultivated. Meanwhile, vegetables such as kai choy, Chinese broccoli, salad, cucumber, and corn was cultured by using hydroponic system. For fertigation, according to EOS data analytic, the nutrient for fertigation technology should be sprayed into the precise irrigation system from reservoir containing water-soluble fertilizer. In most cases, injectors and a pressure control valve are used. Correspondingly, small-scale fertigation systems are suitable for smaller farms or greenhouses. Mr. Mortaza stated that he used manual fertigation control system where he manually put the fertilizer into the cultivated crops. The second system is hydroponic. Hydroponic is the system where farmer grows plant using only water, nutrient, and a growing medium. As for a growing medium, Mr. Mortaza using a cocopeat. FAO assert that the idea behind hydroponic is to remove as many barriers as possible between a plant roots and the water, oxygen, and nutrient it needs to grow. This system can be done in many different ways, which is already mentioned by Mr. Mortaza. He used cocoa as a main growing medium. Mr. Murtaza provided a tank with nutrient provided inside. The water nutrient were pumped out to the plants through a pipe that connect the plant and tanks. So here is the plants that Mr. Murtaza cultivate. And next, we will move to the types of fertilizers and medium. Mr. Murtaza using cocoa as a grow medium and hydrogen peroxide for plant growing. The farm owners choose to use cocoa as grow medium because cocoa has antifungal properties. Cocoa also help to protect the plants from disease because cocoa is resistant to mold. Another benefit that Mr. Murtaza mentioned, cocoa helps the plant to grow faster compared to soil. The other fertilizer that was used by farmer is hydrogen peroxide that was functioned to discourage the unwanted bacteria or fungi that may be lurking in the mini farm. Other than that, hydrogen peroxide also provide an extra oxygen molecule to help the growth of root plants. Other than using cocoa and hydrogen peroxide, Mr. Murtaza also used AB fertilizer. This is because he said this fertilizer made from mineral salts and function as optimize the growing of crops through hydroponic system. Drummond et al. 2021 has claimed that this AB fertilizer is suitable for hydroponic and fertigation method, especially for farmers that living in urban area with no soil of planting. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Siti. Now let's moving to the budgeting for the mini hydroponic farms. For the cost of operations, Encik Murtaza mentions that the capitals for these operations is 10,000 ringgit, and the expenses is include the AB fertilizer, the corn seed, the garlic chiver seed, leaf celery seed, kai choy, Chinese broccoli, salad, and cucumber, which is this is the type of the crop that he used to be culture on these mini hydroponic farms. And then the other operation that include is the PVC pipe, which is he used the 40 mm, the net pot, the PVC tank, the netting pest control for the pesticide, the sponge, cockpit for the growing medium, and the last one is the hydrogen peroxide. So the total for this cost of operation is include 13,000 ringgit, 13,023 ringgits. Now let's moving to the profit gains for these mini hydroponic farms. And Encik Murtaza used to sell the corns, the garlic chip, leaf celery, and the other crops. And for the total for this profit gain, because he sells the corn is at ringgit per bundle, and the other crop is such as like the garlic chip, the kai choy, Chinese broccoli. He only sells this crop for 3 ringgit per bundles, and the total for this crop that he sells is at 170 ringgit. Now let's moving to the marketing for the mini hydroponic farms. For the marketing, Encik Murtaza used to sell the crop at a cheap price, which he said is 3 ringgit per bundle. But before this, he sells the crop for 2 ringgit per bundles. And then the other marketing that he used to sell the crops is he only put the crop in a shop near his house. And then the other use for this crop is he used the crops to make a food order from the outside parties. And then the others marketing that he used is he only promote his mini hydroponic farm through media social such as Facebook. Next, I will pass to Go.
There are three challenges that faced by the farmers, which the first is the disease. The disease that faced by the farmers is the mosaic virus. The symptom of the plants infected by the mosaic virus is leaf clumping. The mosaic virus is spread by the insects, and the action that taken by the farmers is use the insecticides when small flies are found. Another challenge that faced by the farmers is parasites problem, which the insect like caterpillar will eat the crop and affect their growth. The action that taken by the farmers is set up the nets in the crop growing areas. The third challenge that faced by the farmers is high temperature. This high temperature has resulted in about 50% of crop dying. The action that kept by the farmers is plant the crops in area that shelter from heat before moving to the main area for planting. Next is the solution for the disease, parasites, temperature, and also the marketing. For the disease problem, the first solution to overcome this problem is cover the plants with aluminum foil to prevent this insect from infecting the plants. Another way is soaking the seeds for plants in a 10% bleach solutions to prevent mosaic virus. The last solution is disinfect through after each use, especially after removing the infected plants. For the parasite problem, the first solution to overcome this problem is maintain crop diversity by increasing the variety of plants. This can reduce the probability of the crops being damaged by pests. Another way is biological approach, which use the predatory pests such as ladybirds and mites to avoid the crop damage. The ways to overcome the high temperature problems is the first, fogging. Apply to spray the mist over the entire crop, which this can help to decrease the temperature efficiently. Another suggestion is use the fans such as extractor fans or horizontal airflow fans. This can help to maintain the temperature of the plant growing area. Next, I will pass to the next presenters.
Thank you, Go. Now let's moving to the solution for the marketing of these mini hydroponic farms. The solution that I suggest is Encik Motaza can sell or approach another bigger buyer to buy the raw product produced, because Encik Motaza, when we go for the interview, he only mentions that he sells or approach just a shop near the house, and for the price he only put the 3 ringgit per bundles. So I suggest that he can increase the price into 4 ringgit per bundle for the crops such as like garlic chip, leaf chip, cucumber, salads, and the other crops. And for the corn, maybe he can increase the price into 10 ringgit per bundles, because we all knows that the fertilizers to making this hydroponics farm is really expensive right now. So I suggest to increase the price of selling this crop, because we want to cover the operation for these mini hydroponic farms. Next, I suggest that maybe Encik Motaza can try selling or contribute with a bigger mall, such as like maybe Fale supermarket. Maybe he can go to the Bolivar supermarket, because if he only sells to the small shop at near his house, I think the profit that he gain is maybe a little. And then the others solution for this marketing is maybe Encik Motaza can promote his crops to the media socials, such as like Instagram or other website that selling the crops, because when we go for the interview, Encik Motaza only mentioned that he only promotes the crops at the Facebook. I think that's all. Now I pass to the Nelina.
So now we are reaching to the conclusion of the presentation, and to sum up, this mini hydroponic farm is conducted in a modest scale because the farmer is a primary entrepreneur, and his main objective is to produce veggie only for his family consumption. And this farm is not for a large-scale commercial interest, but rather to prevent retirement related boredom. And the funding for this farm will be recouped within the next several years, as the farmer interest in agriculture exploration will allow him to earn a steady profit while he continues to study. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you. And these are the references that we use for this report. That's all. Thank you.